In this lesson, we will discuss the risk and safety precautions. So at the end of this module, the learner should be able to first identify hazards and risks, and second is familiarize health and safety precautions. First, let us define what is hazard. A hazard is any source of potential damage, harm, or health effects on something or someone under certain conditions at work. Second, what is risk? Risk is the chance or probability that a person will be harmed or experience an adverse health effect if exposed to a hazard. It may also apply to situations with property or equipment loss. You must identify the hazards when you are working and decide how dangerous they are, eliminate the hazard or modify the risk that it presents. There are three steps to manage the health and safety at work. First is spot the hazard or hazard identification. Second is assess the risk or risk assessment. And third, make the changes or risk control. You can use these three things safe steps to help prevent accidents at work. Step 1. Spot the hazard or hazard identification. Hazard identification is the process or identifying hazard in order to plan for, avoid, or mitigate their impacts. Examples of workplace hazards include first, frayed electrical cords or could result in electrical shock. Second is boxes stuck precariously or they could fall on someone. Three is noisy machineries that could result in damage to your hearing. If this happens, what to do? You must remain alert to anything that may be dangerous. If you see or hear or smell anything odd, take note. If you think it could be a hazard, tell someone. Step 2. Assess the risk or risk assessment. Assessing the risk means working out how likely it is that a hazard will harm someone and how serious the harm could be. Whenever you spot a hazard, assess the risk by asking yourself two questions. First, how likely is it that the hazard could harm me or someone else? Second is, how badly could I or someone else be harmed? If this happens, what to do? Always tell someone, your teacher, your supervisor, or your health and safety representative about hazards you can't fix yourself, especially if the hazard could cause serious harm to anyone. Step 3. Make the changes or risk control. It is the school or the organization's responsibility to fix hazards, but sometimes you may be able to fix simple hazards yourself, as long as you don't put yourself or others at risk. For example, you can pick up things from the floor and put them away to eliminate a trip hazard. A hazard is a situation in the workplace that has the potential to harm the health and safety of people or damage plant and equipment used. Hazard management is a continuous process that can be used to improve the health and safety of all workplaces. There are 5 common hazards encountered by computer technicians and users. First is the physical hazard. One of the most common physical hazards involving computer technicians is cables running across the floor. If someone trips, falls, and hurts himself because of a cable, you can run across the floor. Someone has a serious legal negligence problem. Second is mechanical hazard. When working on electronic equipment, ask yourself, is there any way this equipment could hurt me? You might stick your hand in a printer and suddenly the paper feed arm moves, feeding not only paper through the printer but a piece of your finger too. When working on electronic equipment, always be alert to any possibility of being hurt by moving parts, hot components, or sharp edges. Third is the chemical hazard. There is a wide array of chemicals used with electronic equipment. There are displays, cleaning chemicals, keyboard cleaning chemicals, compressed gas, dirt, and dust removers, and many cleaning solvents. Some of these chemicals can be harmful if accidentally swallowed, get on bare skin, or get in eyes. Before using any chemicals for electronic equipment, always read the warnings and instructions on the label. Fourth is the electrical shock hazard. Inside the computers and electronic equipment, there is a range of voltage from 3.3 volts to 25 volts. Most of these are harmless, but at the power supply you'll find line voltage, which is a lethal 220 volts. Most of the time, while working inside computers and electronic equipment, you'll want them unplugged from the wall socket. If you need to work on equipment while it is still plugged in or powered up, remove all jewelry and wrist watches. Last is the CRT monitor high voltage hazard. CRT stands for cathode ray tube. Monitors are becoming less common nowadays, but should you run into one, it is best not to open it up. Instead, outsource any CRT repair job to a qualified CRT repair service. A CRT monitor has a high voltage anode inside it, which can carry a charge of up to 25,000 volts, and it can still be holding a high charge days after the power is removed. Follow the basic safety guidelines to prevent cuts, burns, electrical shock, and damage to eyesight. As a best practice, make sure that a fire extinguisher and first aid kit are available in case of fire or injury. Here are some general safety guidelines. First is remove your watch or any other jewelry and secure losing clothing. Turn off the power and unplug equipment before opening the case and performing service. Cover any sharp edges inside the computer case with tape. Never open a power supply or a monitor. Do not touch areas in printers that are hot or use high voltage. Know where the fire extinguisher is located and how to use it. Know where the first aid kit is located. Keep food and drinks out of your workplace. Keep your workplace clean and free of clutter. Lift heavy objects with your legs to avoid back injury. Now that you know how to safely open the chassis, you're ready to start repairing or upgrading your computer.